Hello, Joe Boy Davidoff. So obviously, recently cinemas reopened in the UK, which is great because I can go back and watch movies at the cinema again. And one of the movies I listed down I wanted to watch in the cinema was Judas and the Black Messiah. Well, as soon as I noticed it was still going to be in cinemas, obviously they weren't open. But in the middle of May they reopened, and they released showtimes, obviously. And I thought this is one that I want to see at some point. And I could have seen it at home. Like, it's on HBO Max in the US. We don't have that here, but we have alternatives that have a streaming option available. I still want to see it on the big screen. It's just the best experience to see it on the big screen. This was about Fred Hampton and Bill O'Neill, who was ratting on him to the feds. A very deep subject. Obviously, it's based on a true story as well. Honestly, I was very uneducated on this story. Like, I did not know much about it. Did a little bit of research, a few things here and there. I did read about how he died and what happened leading up to those. That's the main part I read about. Read about who he was, read about his Black Panther Party. I didn't read that much. I just Googled and clicked on the first two links. Not great research, but literally I knew nothing about the subject. I just saw the trailer. I thought this could be awesome. Could be a great movie to watch, because the way they cut that trailer, I am a revolutionary, with the beats, I was like, wow, this looks incredible. Like, and I knew the cast was great. Daniel Kaluuya, Lakeith Stanfield, these are fantastic actors, especially Daniel. I knew he was going to smash it because he smashes almost every role he has. I say almost. I haven't seen all of his roles. That's why I said that. But whenever I've seen him, in whatever movie I've seen him in, he's just been incredible. He's been incredible to watch. So I knew he was going to come up with a good performance as Fred Hampton, and I knew Lakeith Stanfield was going to be good as well. So I went in to watch the movie, and as expected, those two knocked it out of the park. It wasn't just them. There were other great actors too, had a great cast. Obviously based on a true story. I'm not going to touch too much on, the politics of it and what happened. I'm just going to judge it on what I thought and how they portrayed this story. I do feel that the actors portrayed these characters really damn well. Not just the Black Panther Party, but also the feds and some of the racist cops. All the actors did a tremendous job really playing this out, because they all played their characters tremendously. And there were some scenes that genuinely made you feel uncomfortable. And that's the point of the scenes. They're supposed to make you feel uncomfortable. They're supposed to make you think about what happened and certain things that were being said. There was a scene like in a room between 3 federal agents, and they used the N-word amongst other things. It's a very uncomfortable scene because of the specific things they say. It's not even the N-word, it's what they said, with the context they used it in. I was like, oh, I mean, everyone was silent in the cinema where I was. Yeah, those uncomfortable scenes, I mean, you could tell it was well acted. Jeez, like the way those scenes were done was just something else. And obviously, like, Bill O'Neill was snitching on him to the feds. Obviously, he got caught stealing a car. He was either going to snitch on the Black Panthers, just get information on Fred Hampton, or he was going to jail. So, that was his choice at the time, and he chose to go undercover, basically. And there's been many stories in movies, fictional stories, of course, about informers, and obviously you'll know how intense that can get. And you got some of that intensity in this, for sure. Like, obviously he's an informant, and with the Black Panther Party, like, you recognize some of the things they're trying to do, like some good things. But there's also some bad things that they do as well, that they do and say that they also portray. And yeah, there's also, I can't remember his name, I can't remember the actor's name, but the guy who has him as an informant, the guy who has Bill as an inside man, chubby white guy, I can't remember his name. He's such a good, he's been in a lot of things that I've seen. I just can't remember his name. I can't remember his name, but you know what I'm talking about, probably, if you've seen the trailer at least. He played his role really well. He really made you want to hate him, and that was kind of the point. He wasn't the biggest prick, funnily enough. There were even bigger dickheads in the FBI at the time. It was certainly a lot more complex than I thought. Like, I knew it was complex. Like, I read about a few things about what happened when he died and before that, but it was still like a lot more complex than I imagined. The way they gained alliances from people of all races, like Puerto Ricans and white people were on their side as well. So it wasn't just simple as black and white. It wasn't as simple as black versus white. It was partly that, of course, but there were also groups of white people who were with them, uniting with them against the police. So that was very interesting to me. I did not expect that part of it, although that was in the trailer anyway, but still. It was a lot more complex than I thought. Not just because of that, but a lot of elements in the story. I can't say too more without spoiling it. Then again, can you really spoil a true story? Probably not. But if you do want to know more about this story, I recommend you watch this movie, even if you don't know much about it, like me, for example. I recommend you see it, because it's very interesting. This movie is very interesting, uncomfortable at times. It's not something you might want to rewatch very often, but watch it once. I think it's worth the watch. And the acting is absolutely superb. So that's all I will say. So yeah, my rating, I feel like whenever I do true stories, especially like a tragic true story, I feel like I don't want to rate it because it doesn't feel right. But based on the acting, based on the stories, based on the characters, 8.5 out of 10. I think it was quite good. And the way each character was portrayed, really good as well. So I recommend it for sure. This is your boy Davidoff. Please like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a good day and see ya.
You just